Rather than doing one big workout, what if we did several smaller workouts throughout the day? Could this be more naturally stimulating, therefore more naturally aligned with how our bodies adapt? A hidden secret to unlock our full natural potential, or a complete waste of time? That's what I wanted to find out. So for 1 week, I only trained micro workouts, and what I discovered surprised me. This is what happened. But you gotta focus. Oh, good morning. Oh my gosh. Oh. So what is a micro workout? Well, the way I was defining it for this experiment was any workout typically under 10 minutes that was still done to an intensity that would be similar to a normal workout. So starting the day at 8 a.m. with 3 sets of 25 push-ups. And dang, at this time I felt creaky. But do you think lumberjacks get to wait until they feel more awake later in the day before they chop wood? I don't think so. Dude, come on, bro. It's like a fire hazard. So why even this idea? Well, the arguments of shorter frequent workouts versus one long workout has been actually tossed around the internet for quite some time. All right, it's 9:01, so I got to do the next micro workout. With shorter workouts having the possibility to be more intense because they're shorter and there's less time to get fatigued, all this leaves left is volume, which can be made up for by doing multiple shorter or micro workouts throughout the day. At least that's the idea. And after 3 burnout sets of lateral raises, I was done with workout 2. It's 10:02, so I'm already running a little bit behind here. So, oh yeah, on day 1, I also had the ridiculous idea to do my micro workouts every hour on the hour from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So just after 10 a.m., workout 3 was 3 burnout sets of decline pull-ups, and then barely 1 hour later at 11 a.m., 3 burnout sets of incline push-ups. Just outside on the trampoline, I'm not counting this as any of the micro workouts, just kind of being outside in this super spontaneously nice weather all of a sudden. Sticking to upper body, at 12, I'm gonna do 3 sets of heavy curls in the basement. Then I'm headed to the park, maybe there just get some more sun, chill a second. At 1, gonna hit maybe pull-ups, maybe chill a minute, head to the gym, where at 2, I'm going to do isolation chest supersetted with some kind of tricep movement, and then head back here and figure it out from there. Hopefully 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oh my gosh. A super zealous plan filled with adventure and micro workouts. And when breaking into the next workout of 3 sets of heavy curls, I was feeling very good, for my intensity was actually extremely high. Maybe there is something to breaking the workouts up like this. However, on the contrary, I started to notice I was getting uncomfortably very sweaty. Shoot, I'm so sweaty. So I quickly tried to dry up and clean up, changed my tank, and then headed to the park for my next workout to hopefully make it there before the next hour. I thought there was a pull-up bar being installed here. However, I'm not seeing any. But that's alright, because there's still soccer nets that I can use. Anyways, I've got 10 minutes to spare. When it hits 1, pull-up time. I wonder if I could still do a flip. What do you think? Oh, that actually went down pretty easily. Oh man. It's like it never stopped. Might have to get back into that. Anyways, when the clock struck 1, it was on to my next micro workout, 3 sets of pull-ups till failure. And I noticed, just like the curls, I was able to go to what I felt was a pretty high intensity. The only thing was, when I was done, I had the feeling like I could just keep going with this workout, but I had to cut it off and wait for my next micro workout time, which was a whole hour away. Well, I don't know what to do. So I decided to kill time, just wander around, and then head to the gym slowly. But even when I got there, I still had 20 minutes to spare. Made it to the gym. I've got 20 minutes to kill. So after burning 20 minutes of doing nothing, I hit up my next micro workout, which was 3 supersets of overhead tricep cable extensions supersetted with tricep pushdowns. I have found this to actually be a very good tricep builder in my normal workouts. And in this micro workout, I was actually able to push it to an intensity that I did not see yet in my normal workouts, which was very promising for the whole intensity micro workout hypothesis. Feeling pretty good. Just kind of like, it's like I wish I could do it all right now, obviously, but gotta wait. Micro workouts. It's the theme. Killing some time going on a little walk on my way back to the car. By the time I got back to home base, it was already time for the next micro workout. 3 sets of cable chest flies, 12 reps. Now something you might be wondering is, what about nutrition? For all I ate so far this first day was 2 bananas? Well, with all of this constant working out every hour, it had my appetite suppressed. Not only that, but I just didn't feel like eating and having food sitting in my stomach when I was trying to do these intense workouts every hour. But come on bro, you gotta get some food in, otherwise you're gonna go super catabolic, right? So right after the chest micro workout, I whipped up some quick protein as fast as I could. It was just ground chicken, peas, and rice. But not even halfway through this meal, it was already over halfway to the next hour, to the next micro workout. How the heck was I gonna digest this in time for the next intense workout? So with the remaining 15 minutes after the meal, I tried to strategize and came up with an upper body workout that I could do right after eating that probably wouldn't upset my stomach. The iron neck. I mean, hey, it's still upper body, right? So iron neck for about 5 minutes was my 4 o'clock workout. So all day long I've been kind of pumped. That's like how I feel, just like kind of pumped, but also like kind of ready and kind of fatigued as well and kind of sweaty. But seriously, I've been like really actually kind of sweaty pretty much all day. I feel super gross. I took a sink rinse there midday, but still it's just, I have like a layer of grime on me. So I can't wait any longer. I'm gonna take a shower now. And by the time I get out, it's gonna be pretty close to the next workout. So I took a shower to freshen up, but just a few minutes after, it was already time for the next workout, which I chose to do 3 supersets lateral raises supersetted with front raises. And trying not to get sweaty again, in between each set, I stood above my air purifier, which was blowing out cold air. Now, because I was already really slacking on the food this day, I wanted to get some more protein in after this workout. So using my portable vagal nerve stimulator to hopefully get me in a more rest and digest state, check out that video if you're interested in this. I then took down some more chicken and peas. And wanting to keep the protein rolling in, I got started making dinner. And well, halfway through making dinner, it was already the next hour. Time for the next workout, so I decided just to ditto the last and do 3 epic burnout sets of lateral raises. That's what I like to call intra-grill sets. Actually, there's got to be a more creative name for that. What should we call them?
Barbecue blasters?
Barbecue blasters, yeah. That was good. After this, eating my first round of dinner, then at 7 doing 2 sets of concentration curls, and then trying to get another plate of dinner in quickly to hopefully get enough protein for the day. And after this, I was really noticing I was starting to get super tired all of a sudden. But I only had 1 more micro workout to get in for the day, so at 8 I finished up with 2 drop burnout sets of hammer curls. With the fatigue coming on rapidly, I got to bed a little bit before 9. Did I perhaps overdo it? Well, on day 2, I was planning to approach it just like day 1, doing a micro workout every hour on the hour, but this day for legs. However, unlike day 1, by the time I was just a few micro workouts in on day 2, I was smacked in the face with overwhelming full body fatigue. Dude, I'm 3 workouts in, but I'm not even waking up yet. My arms are so sore that getting started with legs felt like I was sore. But no, leg day is very important. I can't slack, so I gotta be on point. But for now, I got another hour before my next whatever I decide to do. And I gotta get to work because I feel like I've been so unproductive this past day. Bro, dude, taxes are terrible. Okay. And that's another thing, trying to do a micro workout every hour on the hour. I could never get into the flow for doing actual work and was always interrupted by the next workout. And with trying to juggle work and these micro workouts, I was once again slacking on eating. Now at noon, I wanted to do an intense micro workout of weighted back squats. However, my overall systemic fatigue, probably from doing 12 workouts the day prior, was catching up with me. And I did not go up to the intensity I wanted to. So afraid I would just continue to dig myself a hole, so I decided to rethink my overall strategy. So I realize this video is about micro workouts, not necessarily how many workouts can I do in a day. So I don't know why I'm forcing myself to do one every hour on the hour for a full 12 hours. As long as they're micro workouts, that's really only what should matter, right? Anyways, I'm like kind of sweaty, stinky, sticky, hungry. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to call this for the micro workouts today. And then tomorrow when I do micro workouts again, I'm gonna throw in some legs with whatever else I decide to do. Any workout that I do for legs right now, it would just be so subpar. I can just tell like what's the point. Honestly, I'm even starting to feel like run down to the point where it's like I could just get ill, you know what I'm saying? So far with the micro workouts though, they've been small, but they've been effective, I'm gonna tell you, or at least making me really sore. So I felt like by trying to do 12 workouts every hour on the hour a day, I was kind of making this more like a challenge, like let's see if I can do it rather than being an experiment to find out if micro workouts could potentially be a hidden secret. And what I really wanted to find out was by doing micro workouts, would I be able to maximize intensity for each exercise while also maximizing volume doing multiple micro workouts a day, but also maximize recovery, somehow spreading them out in the right amount of time. So on the third day, waking up first and then starting my first micro workout at 10 a.m. and doing so with an area that I felt like was pretty much recovered that I could go very intense with for a short amount of time. Grip. And from 10 to 1 every hour on the hour, I did 2 sets of grip for each hand, starting with the Captains of Crush Sport, which is the lighter gripper, and then doing 5 intense reps with the 1.5. But crazy enough, by the 4th hour, I noticed my grip seemed stimulated and stronger than it did earlier in the day. Perhaps some of the strongest it's felt. Could my central nervous system be like learning towards this just over these 4-hour increments of micro workouts better than maybe doing this all at once? Maybe. Anyways, I wasn't completely satisfied with my leg day the previous day, so I decided to add in a set of legs as a micro workout on day 3. So after preparing an organic beetroot powder drink by Snap Supplements for enhanced intra-micro workout stamina, pumpage, and blood flow, well, I headed off to the gym to do a micro leg workout consisting of 3 sets of leg extensions combined with leg curls. All the way to the gym for only 7 minutes of working out, but I wanted to use the machine and I wanted to get out of the house. Anyways, after I returned home and waited around approximately an hour and a half later at 4 p.m., I did 2 sets of heavy wrist curls to failure. And I noticed I was able to go super intensely on this. After this exercise, going by feeling very fatigued, especially after I cooled down, I decided to call it for micro workouts on day 3. But was I doing enough? So the intensity is high, but the confusion is also high. So it's pretty early in the morning, just a little after 9 a.m. and I started my day with a micro workout of strict shoulder presses, an exercise I'm not typically that strong on, but I was surprised at the intensity I was able to put into it this early on, especially after the first 2 sets. Now regarding the confusion, on day 1, I think I did way more volume than I would have typically done on a workout day, which I think left me extremely sore and fatigued for the next day, even the next day. However, on that next day, day 2 and day 3, I may have cut my volume a little short. So it's like, I don't know, am I actually doing as much as I normally would have done? Or is the intensity making up for it? Yeah, so I'm trying to go by feel and also fill in the blanks today. I should be journaling all this. Why haven't I done that? Alright, we're just gonna go by feel today. See you in the gym in a second. Something I was thinking I should have done was to take my normal workouts but divide them up over the day into micro workouts so that I would better know the amount of volume and what exercises I was doing. However, when I thought about it more, maybe the freedom to choose these micro workouts based on feel was my body's natural way of telling me what could optimally be trained to a higher intensity more. So sticking to this theme and with my back feeling like it was undertrained for the week, after about an hour and a half after the first micro workout, I hit up the gym for 3 sets of close grip lat pull downs, followed by 3 sets of close grip cable rows. And then in good old micro workout fashion, I had a whole hour to spare before my next one. Trying to go on a prolonged walk, what I felt like was a lot of time, was only 15 minutes. But finally an hour had passed and it was getting nice outside and I was feeling snappy, so I made it to a location nearby to work on some plyometrics, box jumps. Or in this case, I guess, rock jumps. And seriously, let me tell you, I actually felt very explosive for this workout and felt like I was able to put a whole lot of intensity into my jumps. And once again, this was solidifying that hypothesis for that consistently elevated intensity with micro workouts. Perhaps I was discovering something here that I could use in the future to help myself blast through plateaus. However, continuing going by feel, there was something interesting that happened over the next couple of days. To start, I only did one more micro workout on day 4, 3 sets of heavy shrugs. And on day 5, a day I would typically take as a rest day, I all of a sudden got the desire to train, so I decided to start with a micro workout of reverse forearm curls. But after 2 sets, I felt completely gassed. And then for the rest of the day, I started to feel more sore and lethargic and didn't do any more micro workouts.
Alright, start the timer.
Now the next day when I hit up the gym for what typically would be a bigger workout, I had to set my timer for 10 minutes to get as much done as possible in that window to be considered a micro workout. I started with 3 sets of lat pull downs, 5 minutes had already passed, so I rushed over to the bench press where I got 3 sets before 10 minutes was up.
And just like that, it's over.
Now after this one micro workout on day 6, I was totally fatigued and didn't do any more micro workouts throughout the entire day, so I only worked out for 10 minutes this day. On top of this, I was beginning to get very sore in multiple areas I trained throughout the week, so I decided to take the next day, day 7, as a complete rest day for recovery. So was only doing micro workouts effective? Would I see any results from the increased intensity? What about the ramp down on volume towards the end of this? Would this all add up to be some synergistic benefit, or was it just an unorganized mess? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the results. Now I know only a 1-week experiment on this probably makes visual differences negligible, or does it? Let's take a look. So weighing in about a ½ pound lighter than the befores, if you look closely in the afters, in my opinion, it looks like my shoulders have more volume. It also appears like my chest is tighter, and maybe there is slightly more size in the arms. Now in my opinion, my back muscles look slightly more full in the afters. My upper thighs, however, appear like they shrunk. But my calves might have gained size. So in order to put some data to these visual estimations, I decided to measure everything again and compare them to the measurements I took right before this experiment. And would you look at that? So it looks like there was no size increase, at least from my measurement comparisons, in my arms. However, there was what I would consider a significant increase in size to my forearms? A whole 1/4 inch in only a week? Now if I look at my thigh measurements, however, it looks like I lost a ½ an inch on my right side, and while my left thigh didn't seem to change size according to my measurements. However, to my surprise, based on the measurements I took, it looks like I put a 1/4 inch back onto my calves each leg. So I might actually choose to continue to implement micro workouts. And the reason being for the intensity. For most of the micro workouts I had, I was able to bring up to a very high intensity. And based on these measurement results and also observations I've made in the past, it seems like for me, certain muscle groups react better to higher intensity training over volume. Now on the contrary, for myself at least, I think there are some muscle groups that respond maybe a little bit better to more volume, or at least a moderate volume at a higher-ish intensity. Now when it comes to me implementing these micro workouts in the future, I'm not gonna do it like, every hour for only 10 minutes, or even have my micro workouts have to be only 10 minutes. I'm gonna allow it to be as long as I feel is necessary to hit that intensity, but if I do plan to do another one that day, another micro workout, then I will probably keep it under maybe like 20 minutes, or you know what I mean? Now there were actually quite a few issues I ran into by having to do so many micro workouts spaced out by at least an hour and keeping them under 10 minutes. Obviously, some things it felt like I was rushing into it. For instance, and probably the biggest negative thing that I experienced acutely throughout this was just like always being kind of sweaty. You know, working up a micro sweat with a micro workout and then just kind of sitting there for another hour or so before the next workout. And now if I was gonna like take a shower in between each of these micro workouts, so you know, like it's like my skin would probably get so dry, that'd be such a hassle, and like so many changes of clothes and towels and blah 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 blah. But like, so that was one huge downside, is like the sweat factor. Now, as you did see throughout this experiment, as the week went on, my overall micro workout volume per day seemed to decrease. It's like I just couldn't take on any more. However, even though it was decreasing towards the end, my intensity in those micro workouts, even though they were less, seemed like they were still at a high level, which was very interesting. And then when it totally got to the end, as you saw, like I only did one micro workout on day 5, only one micro workout on day 6, the lat pull down and bench as fast as I could, and then I took the next day off and I was just gassed, like totally gassed. Like it's like all of that intensity volume added up over the time. Yeah, when I do choose to use micro workouts in the future, it's not going to be just like this, maybe like a 2 a day, or like do a main workout and then a micro workout, or I don't know, I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit here and there and see how I feel, try to get that same like intensity up there effects. What do you guys think? Have you had any experience with micro workouts or like doing workouts that are small apart from your main workout? Oops. I know I just threw out a lot of information here. My thoughts are kind of all over the place on this one, but nonetheless, I do think it was very interesting to see the difference and potentially what could happen and what did happen throughout this experiment. Yeah, so body looks like it's changing. Things are shrinking, things are growing. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn those notifications on. Hope you all have a great day. Peace. I will see you all in the next video.